Part 2. Pipeline transport network is a new arrival on the transportation map of India. In the past, these were used to transport water to cities and industries. Nowadays, these are used for transporting crude oil, petroleum product, and natural gas from oil and natural gas field to refineries, fertilizers, factories, and big fields to refineries, fertilizer factories, and big thermal power plant. Solid can also be transported through pipeline when converted into slurry. In the far inland locations of refinery like Barauni, Mathura, Panipat, and the gas-based fertilizer plant could be thought of only because of pipelines. Initial cost of laying pipeline is high, but subsequently running costs are minimal. It rule out transport shipment losses or delay. There are three important network of pipeline transportation in the country from oil field in Upper Assam to Kanpur, Uttar Pradesh via Guwahati, Barauni, and Allahabad. It has branches from the Barauni to Haldiai via Rajband to Mogram and Guwahati to Siliguri. From Salayat in Gujarat to Jalandhar in Punjab via Vigam, Mathura, Delhi, and Sonipat. It has a branches to connect Koili near Vadodara, Gujarat, Chiksu, and other places. Gas pipeline from Hazira in Gujarat connected Jagdishpur, Uttar Pradesh with Vijaypur in Madhya Pradesh. It has branches into Kota in Rajasthan, Shahjahanpur to Kota in Rajasthan, Shahjahanpur, Babarala, and the other places in Uttar Pradesh. Waterways. Since time immemorial, India was one of the seafaring country. Its seamen sailed far and near, thus carrying and spreading Indians' commerce and culture. Waterways are the cheapest means of transport. They are the most suitable for carrying heavy and bulky goods. It is a fuel efficient and environmental friendly mode of transport. India has inland navigation waterway of 40,500 km in length. Out of these, 3,700 km are navigable by the mechanized boat. The following waterways have been declared as a natural waterways by the government. The Ganga River between Allahabad and Haldiai, 1,620 km and north and west. Number 1. The Brahmaputra River between Sadia and Dhubri, 891 km northwest. Number 2. The Western Coast Canal in Kerala, Kottapuram, Koman, Udhyamang, Udhyagam Mandal, and Champakara Canal 205 kilometer, and W number 3. The other variable inland waterway include the Godavari, Krishna, Barak, Sundarban, Buckingham Canal, Brahmamani, East-West Canal, Damodar Valley Corporation Canal. Apart from these, Indian trade with foreign countries is carried from the port located along the coast. 95% of the country's trade volume, 68% in terms is of value, is moved by sea. Major seaports with a long coastline of 7,516.6 km. India is dotted with 12 major and 187 notified non-major minor intermediate ports. These major ports handle 95% of the India's foreign trade. Kandala in Kutch was the first port developed soon after independence to ease the volume of the trade on the Mumbai port in the wake of the loss of Karachi port to Pakistan after the partition. Kandala is a tidal port. It caters to convenient handling to export and import of highly productive granary and industries belt stretch across the state of Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Haryana, Rajasthan, Gujarat. Mumbai is the biggest port with a spectacular natural and well-settled harbor. The Jawaharlal Nehru Port was planned with a view to deconquest the Mumbai port and serve as hub port. For this reason, Marmagao Port, Goa, is the premier iron ore extracting port of the country. This port accounts for about 50% of India's iron ore export. New Mangalore port, located in Karnataka, eastern to the export of the iron ore concentration from Kudirmukh mines. Kochi is the extreme south western port located in the eastern entrance of lagoon with a natural harbor. Moving along the east coast, you would see the extreme southeastern part of Tuticorin in Tamil Nadu. This port has a natural harbor and a rich hinterland. Thus, it has the flourishing trade handling of a large variety of cargoes to even our neighbor countries like Sri Lanka, Maldives, etc., and the central region of India. Chennai is one of the oldest artificial port of the country. It ranks next to Mumbai in terms of the volume of trade and cargo. Visakhapatnam is the deepest landlocked and the well-protected port. This port was originally para, para, Parabip port located in Odisha, specialized in the export of iron ore. Kolkata is an inland rare port. This port serves a very large and rich hinterland of Ganga Brahmaputra basin. Being a tidal port, it requires constant dragging of Hooghly. Haldia port was developed as a subsidiary port in order to receive growing pressure on Kolkata port. Airbus, the air travel today is the fastest mode, comfortable and prestigious mode of transport. It can cover it can cover very difficult terrain like high mountain, drier desert, dense forest, and also long oceanic stretch with a great ease. Think of the northeastern part of the country, marked with presence of big river, desert relief, dense forest, and frequently flood and international frontier etc. In the absence of air transport, air travel has made access to the air transport was nationalized in 1953 on the operational side. Indian Airlines Alliance Air subsidiary of Indian Airlines private schedules airlines and zone schedules operate provide domestic air services. Air India provide international air services. Provence Helicopter Limited provide helicopter service to in oil and natural gas corporation in its offshore operation to the inaccessible area and difficult terrain like the northeastern state and the interior part of Jammu Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh and the Uttarakhand. Indian airline operate also extend to the neighboring countries of South and Southeastern Asia and the Middle East. Air travel is not within the reach of the common people. It is only in the northern eastern state that special provisions are made to extend services to the common people. Communication. Ever since human appeared on the earth, they have used a different means of communication, but the pace of change of has been rapid in the modern times. Long distance communication is far easier without physical movement of the communication are rare. Personal communication and mass communication, including telephone, radio, press, films, etc., are the major means of communication in the world. It handles partial as well as personal with written communication cards and the envelope are corresponding first class mail and are artificial between stations so covering both land and air. A second class mail included books, pocket registers, a newspaper, and periodicals. They are carried by the surface mail covering land and water transport to facilitate quick delivery of mail in large towns and cities. Six mail channels have been introduced recently. They are called Rajdhani Channel, Metro Channel, Green Channel, Business Channel, Bulk Mail Channel, and periodically channel. India has one of the largest telecom network in Asia, excluding urban places. More than two-thirds of the villages in India have already been covered with a subscriber trunk tiling STD telephone facility in order to strengthen the flow of the information from the green root grassroots to the higher level. The government has made special provision to the extent 24 hours STD facilities to every village in the country. There is a uniform rate of STD facility all over the India. It has made possible by the entry integrating the development in space technology with communication technology. Mass communication provide entertainment and create awareness among people about various national programs and policies. It include radio, television, newspaper, magazines, books, and film. All India Radio Akashvani broadcasts a variety of programs in national, region, and local languages for various category of people spread over different part of the country. Doordarshan, the national television channel of India, is the one of the largest terrestrial network in the world. It broadcasts a variety of programs from entertainment, education to sport, etc. For example, of different age groups. New, Publishers are large. India publishes a large number of newspaper and periodically annually they are of different type dependent upon their periodicity. Newspaper are published in about 100 languages and dialect. Did you know that the largest number of newspaper published in a country are Hindi, followed by English and Urdu? India is the largest producer of feature films in the world. It produces short film, video, features films, and video short films. The Central Board of Film Certified is a authority to certify both Indian and foreign films. International trade, the exchange of good and among the people, states and countries is referred to as a trade. The market is place where the such exchange take place. Trade between two countries is called international trade. It may take place through sea, air, or land routes, while local trade is carried in cities, towns, and villages. State level trade is carried between two or more state. Advancement of international trade of a country is an index to its economic prosperity. It is therefore I read international trade again because some problems are happening. The exchange of goods and international trade, the exchange of goods among the people, state and countries is referred to as trade. The market is a place where such exchange take place. Trade between two countries is called international trade. It may take place through a sea, air, or land routes while local trade is carried in cities, towns, and villages. State level trade is carried between two or more states. Advancement of international trade of a country is an index of economic prosperity. It is therefore considered the economic barometer for a country. As the resources are the space bounded and no country can survive without the international trade. Export and import are the component of trade. The balance of a trade of a country is a different between its export and import. When a value of export exceeds the value of import, it is called the favorable balance trade. On the contrary, if value of import exceeds the value of export, it is termed as unfavorable balance trade. Balance of trade. India has a relationship with all the major trading blocs and the all geographical region of the world. Among the commodities in export, the share of agriculture and allied production has been 9.9%, ore and mineral sorry 4.0%, gems and jewelry 14.7% of petroleum product, including coal 60.8% in 2010 and 11. The commodities important to India, including petroleum product 28.6%, pearls and the precious stone 9.4%, chemicals 5.2%, coke and chemical sorry coal and briquettes 2.7%, machinery 6.4%. In 2010, bulk import as a group registered as a growth, accounting for 28.2% of the total import. This group include fertilizer 3.4%, cereals 14.3%, edible oil 17.4%, sorry, fertilizer 3.4%, cereal 40.3%, crude oil 17.4%, and newspaper board manufacture and newsprint 14.3% in 2000 In 2010 to 11, India international trade has undergone a sea change in the last 15 years. Exchange of commodities and the goods have been suppressed by the exchange of information and knowledge. India's emerged as a software giant at the international level, and it earning large foreign exchange through the export of information technology, tourism as a trade. Tourism in India has grown sustainably over last 3 decades. Foreign tourism is a arrival in the country witnessed an increase of 11.8% during the year of 2010 as against the percent during the year of 2010 against the year 2009, contributing rupees 64.889 crore of foreign exchange in 2010. 5.78 million foreign tourists visited India in 2010. More than 15 million people are directly engaged in the tourism industry. Tourism also provide national integration, provide support to local in handicraft and cultural pursuit. It also help in the development of international understanding about our culture and heritage. For tourists visit India for heritage tourism, ecotourism, adventure tourism, culture tourism, medical tourism, and business tourism. Rajasthan, Goa, Jammu, Kashmir, and Temple Town of South India are important destination for forest tourism. In India, there is a vast potential of tourism development in the northern eastern state and the interior part of Himalayas, but due to strategic reason, these have not encouraged so far. However, these lies a bright future ahead for this upcoming industry, and our chapter is completed now.